matter of the gravest national importance.
Massive airstrike on Iraq within days.
No, not that war. Now, if The Independent had a declared interest, the Times could hardly be accused of offering an objective analysis.
Is the Times guilty of predatory pricing?
No.
Is the Times and its parent company, News International, trying to drive The Independent out of business?
No.
Polly Toynbee, who abandoned The Independent just weeks ago in despair, launched an impressive attack on government sources who sneered that
it was all a got-up media thing. Navel-gazing by a self-obsessed group of journos on less successful papers, etc. If that's what they really think, they just don't get it.
she is, of course, absolutely right. Predatory pricing is a real problem for democracy. All the same, it was ironic to see old right-wingers clambering into bed with Polly.
Isn't this the moment for all good lefties to hit the hairy-heeled tit-and-bum merchant of Oz?
Demanded Boris Johnson in The Telegraph, while the leader observed that Mr Murdoch
does not have the right to expect the Parliament of the United Kingdom to behave like trained jackals.
And that's the beautiful thing about self-interest. It overcomes every deeply held prejudice. Interestingly, it also appears to overcome any attachment to logic.
Would the Indies sell any more copies if the Times was £1?
Well, yes, obviously it would. That's why Murdoch sells it for 20p instead. Good night.
What is a red dwarf?
It's completely unique.
Red Dwarf does not take itself too seriously and does not try to be politically correct.
Join the stars and fans for a whole evening of Red Dwarf as you've never seen it before.
He's a smig.
Red Dwarf Night. Anarchy, Smeg-Ups and Vindaloo. Tonight from 9 on BBC Two.
And that is a red dwarf.
We have never watched Red Dwarf. We never watch anything on BBC Two.
Bringing the advances of science into view and the realms of technology into perspective, Horizon returns with the Rainmaker. In the scientific wilderness of South Africa, one man's goal of making rain had been achieved.
I was so excited that I burst into tears. After so many years of work, here it was.
And in the drought-wasted land of Mexico, his reputation lies at stake.
I was convinced that I was going to show them the error of their ways, and it didn't turn out that way.
But on the cusp of scientific recognition, he faces another test. He's been diagnosed with leukemia.
I'm here in Vancouver for medical treatment. That's very frustrating.
Will the Rainmaker live to see a lifetime's ambition fulfilled? Horizon, Thursday, 9:30 on BBC Two.
Baz's visit to her solicitor turns into a horrifying experience. Casualties on BBC One in 5 minutes. Turning to dance to give Bach new interpretation now on BBC Two, choreographer Mark Morris joins Yo-Yo Ma.
If we don't get lost children, we get lost parents.
From anxious moments
Usually we find them very quick, but when it gets on an hour, you get a little bit worried about it.
to heart's desires.
Our own little human being.
Now is the time to get Schnorbits in the family way.
I'm not touching it. Oh.
From hot tempers
Take him off the bar.
to peaks of happiness.
This is so exciting, isn't it?
A roller coaster of emotions. Pleasure Beach, Monday at 9:30 on BBC One.
Hole in the day, sir.
Now, before Jonathan Creek, an update on tonight's National Lottery draw. The winning numbers are confirmed as 8, 13, 14, 17, 20 and 28. The bonus number is 10. Early indications show there are 6 jackpot winners, each collecting just over £2.1 million. 10 years of Red Dwarf celebrated on BBC Two now. Smeg-like award-winning comedy. Make a night of it with Patrick Stewart.